MrGaleer, the kings of the ring. Dropkick the Commute, we're just getting started still. Mufussy and Galeer.
Hello everybody, welcome to Dropkick the Commute for August 11th,
2024.
and we're in person.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Look how far we've come.
We haven't really come that far. Like, I've seen you in person before,
Yeah.
so it's not that.
It's nothing special.
It's nothing special.
But it
we're
is
here.
for you. It's special for you.
We got the set going on.
With the two posters.
Yeah.
That goes hard.
It does go hard. I wanted to get a DTC poster, but alas.
Hey, give us money. We'll fill up this wall.
It's true.
Ko-Fi link in the description.
Yeah, we'll fill up this wall that we're never going to record in front of probably ever again.
Maybe once.
Maybe like
You don't know.
a time or two.
Oh, man. Hey, we have a lot of wrestling to cover.
It's true. We do have a lot. But first, I have a gift for you. I promised a gift.
You promised it would be on the episode.
So what I want you to do
Okay.
is turn towards me. Turn this way.
Turn.
Yep. Okay.
I'm turned.
And close your eyes.
Eyes are closed.
Okay. What do you think it is?
Wrestling.
Oh yeah, that's right. A whole company.
It's a check for to purchase AEW. It's gonna be one of those big checks, you know, like when you win the lottery.
Yeah.
It's one of those big checks.
All right, I'm gonna put it into your arms. Okay.
I keep on falling
Closer together.
back into your arms. Is it a cat?
Open your eyes.
Oh my God, the Intercontinental! Let's go!
Oh, you gotta show it to the camera.
It's the Intercontinental.
Hold it up like Tongaloa. Like Tongaloa.
It was like this, right? You held it like that.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Man. So I was originally gonna try to do like a prediction thing, like whoever predicted on the most. Sorry, it's secondhand. It's got like schmutz on it. I bought it off some guy on.
It doesn't fit.
It's for a child. I was gonna do it for like the most predictions correct on SummerSlam, but then I didn't ask you what your predictions were, and I was just kind of like, you know what? From here on out, we'll do predictions, and then we can like mail it to each other.
I like it.
I like it.
The first official. Wait. Do you have a Sharpie?
Hang on.
Okay, so we're gonna make this say DTC. So it's officially got our logo on it.
That's our official logo. Yep.
Yep. We're gonna let this puppy dry.
And that's it.
Okay. So it says
Can't even see.
DTC. You can't even see it. And then we're gonna put. Should we draw on the leather too?
Then you do whatever you want. We should sign it.
I don't think I have a signature.
You've never signed anything in your life?
Not like, you know.
Or your ID?
Yeah, but I don't have like a quick one we need like a show signature. You know what I'm saying? You know, like initial, bam.
Yeah.
I don't
Make
do
one up
that.
right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Here, no, I'll do it on the back. Okay, I'm gonna practice.
Oh God.
That's horrible. That's disgusting. Hold
No,
on.
no, don't do it again. That has to be the one that's set in
That's
stone.
disgusting. That's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
All right.
Okay.
My turn. My turn. Now I'll do it on this side.
Yeah. See, yours looks like a real signature. Mine looks like a child made it.
Well, maybe a child did make it.
What the heck? So yeah, we talked about, you know, Raw and NXT. Big Bronson Reed
That's true.
destroyed Seth Rollins. But let's talk about... Did we cover Dynamite?
No, we didn't. We gotta talk about Dynamite.
We have to talk about Dynamite?
It's literally on your thing right there.
I wasn't sure. So that's why I put stuff on there.
Wait.
I don't think we
did it Wednesday, but we didn't. It was before Dynamite.
Yeah. So we have to talk about Dynamite, Smackdown, Collision and Rampage. I did not watch Collision and Rampage, but you...
I watched a little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Alright.
I watched enough.
Nestor
will
you're
hang on to that. Alright. Let's fucking
do this, bro.
Let's get into it.
So, let's start off with Dynamite. Will Ospreay had a match. No. MJF had a match with Kyle Fletcher. And
it was damn good.
It was damn good. It was a damn good match. He went to go do the Tiger Driver. Don Callis brought out a screwdriver for Kyle Fletcher, and Kyle Fletcher was like, no! No! You know, he's got that screwdriver, and no one wants to use it.
No.
Just, no, stop bringing it out. No one wants it.
I think the Don Callis family is falling apart.
I think so.
Where's Takeshita? He's in the G1, but where's Takeshita? Where's Hobbs? You know, where's... Ospreay's done.
Yeah.
Who else is in that family?
Kyle Fletcher.
Roosh now.
Roosh. Kind of.
Yeah. So, like, why... Don Callis either needs to turn babyface, which nobody wants.
No. That wouldn't be good.
He should just... Or the powers that be should just band against him and dissolve the Don Callis family. But, unfortunately, the screwdriver was what cost Kyle Fletcher the match.
It's true.
And, you know, in retrospect, he probably should have used it. If we're being real, he should have used it.
That's what Excalibur said, too. He's like, he didn't want to use it, and that cost him the match.
And MJF used his diamond ring. So, you could have cheated just as bad as MJF did.
Yeah. After the match, he fucking hit the ref with his belt.
Oh my god, yeah.
And his ring, and was like, Will Ospreay, their blood is on your hands.
America's back. Wrestling.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
MJF. What was it? The American Made on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
And then in TNA, the System are all wearing tracksuits with the American flag on it. And
America's back and better than ever. In wrestling, everyone wants to be American.
Yeah, and the funny thing is they're all heels.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because 30, 40 years ago, they would have all been babyfaces.
Right. And now they're all heels.
We're vilifying America.
They want everyone to be Homelander.
Oh, also, MJF has made the flag, like, officially a part of his entrance
Yeah,
now.
he does. Every time he does it, he comes out, does his thing, and the flag appears behind him.
It's true.
So that's fun. I like it. I don't know.
Did Ospreay come out? Did he do a promo?
Ospreay came out and saved Kyle Fletcher. And
right.
then MJF ran away.
And then someone in the crowd went, oh my god, they killed Kyle! He was like a nobody. Yeah, I won't say he was a nobody, but nobody really cared about him, like, 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Is that because of the Don Callis family, do you think?
Ooh, maybe.
He used to be Aussie Open with that other guy, but...
It's interesting, because, like, they joined the Don Callis family, and you're like, oh, shit, they're with a bunch of cool guys, but then nothing really happens,
but then somehow also Kyle Fletcher feels important. That also might have to just do with him being with Ospreay.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, who else? Takeshita, I think, felt important, like, last year when he faced Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like... You don't think it's going to do anything, and I guess it kind of does, but I do think the Don Callis family needs to just, like, stop.
I agree.
I don't think he does a whole lot. And there was something on Collision that we can talk about in a bit with Roosh, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the Don Callis family, they need to go their separate ways and do their own thing for a little bit.
Yeah.
But Mariah May wins her match,
God.
and she gets a gift. And... She opens the gift, and it's a beautiful picture of Toni Storm cradling Mariah May like a little baby Goo Goo Gaga. And she's like, what the fuck is this? What the hell? And the crowd's like, turn it around!
Look on the other side!
Look on the other side! She turns it around, and it says, die Mariah, die on
God.
it. Crazy, dude.
Toni Storm shows up.
Yep.
It's this... This is just so
Tony
good.
Storm looks unhinged, bro.
Yeah.
That, like, black jumpsuit with the hair, like...
I know.
Her hair is not all curly and shit anymore. It's,
Yeah.
like, just
like,
a
slicked
mess.
back.
Slicked back and a mess, and she... Like, it's so... There's so much emotion behind this match.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
It's gonna be the best one.
Let's fucking...
Make this the main event of AEW All In.
They won't. You know they won't.
They know.
AEW doesn't care about its women.
Which is such a tragedy. Because this is probably the match that I'm most hyped
They care about this one,
Yeah.
but they don't. I don't know. They don't care enough to make it a main event, and you only get like one women's match like on every card.
Yeah.
So
Let's talk about what will be the main event. Swerve and Danielson. There are our next
Yes.
two topics. Swerve had an interview with JR.
ooh, Jim Ross.
Poor JR, dude.
He's looking rough.
I'm sure he still likes doing it. But, like,
I feel like it gets to a point though where you're like, okay, let's
he
pump
is...
the brakes.
He's going through it, man. I'm telling you.
Like you know, JR is JR, and like he is when he inevitably, you know, we're gonna
It's
be
gonna
sad.
be sad.
It's gonna suck.
For sure.
But this is like, it got to a point where his commentary started just feeling like, oh man, he's losing it. Yeah, JR is. We knew it was coming, and like he's like fighting cancer.
He's just looking rough. That's what we're saying.
Yeah,
Like
he definitely looks like a lot thinner.
Yeah,
Like
you can tell
in that interview, he looked very thin, and I mean the guy's like 78 or something like that. He's old.
He was like talking to Swerve and you can like barely understand him, slurring his words and stuff. And Swerve, basically, Swerve was just talking about, oh, I'm motivated.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
win.
I'm gonna win. I'm gonna beat the shit out of Danielson. And JR's like, yeah, you're gonna be the WWE champion.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it was a good interview,
Yeah.
and it made me feel good about Swerve going into the match, because that's either hit or miss.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it's just we're just hyping up this match, and it's honestly hyping up more than I thought it would. Like I was already psyched for this match, but now I'm like, okay, like we're locked in. And then the fucking main event just cooked.
Of Dynamite?
Yeah, of Dynamite.
Yeah, it was, so we had Danielson and Jeff Jarrett, no DQ, all that jazz, and, you know, it was a banger.
Yeah, and the crazy part is, Jeff Jarrett is 56.
Yeah.
And he, like, wrestled a consistent pace in that match. They went all around the fucking arena.
Yep.
In, like, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah. He can still fucking go, dude.
Jeff Jarrett moved like he just worked a consistent, like, pace.
Yeah.
There wasn't, like, this match did not slow down.
No. It didn't feel slow at any point, and, you know, they're both older. Like, Jeff Jarrett's obviously a lot older, but it kept its pace the entire time, and they were doing some crazy stuff, and it cooked.
Yeah, it was really good. Danielson, you know, obviously wins the match. And then Swerve comes out.
Yes.
And I don't remember what happens.
I'm gonna win.
I'm gonna win, yeah.
Pretty much.
Um,
He was like, that was a great match. You're in the presence of greatness. He was like, me, Jeff Jarrett.
oh yeah. He was like, wow, I can't believe we're in the presence of three like TBS greats.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was like Jeff Jarrett, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat,
And me.
And me. Also, I thought Steamboat was gonna be like the ref or something. I thought he was advertised as the ref.
No, just special guest. No, never ref, but just special guest. And he was on commentary and like, I don't know.
It was cool. think
Yeah,
they
it was
just
like-
did it because Danielson was there.
Pretty much.
But, yeah, good match. Good main event. Cooked
Yeah.
more than I thought it would.
I agree. Friday Night SmackDown, let's talk about it. I was gonna watch SmackDown on Friday, but then my flight got delayed a million times, and it was messed up my whole schedule. Such a tragedy. Kevin Owens does not want to face Cody Rhodes. Cody came out, opened the show, and he's like, hey, we could talk about SummerSlam, but let's talk about the future. I want my next opponent to be... And then Solo Sikoa comes out, and he's like,
Me.
I want a rematch.
Like he fucking
Yeah.
is owed to him.
Yeah.
This fucking
and
guy.
he calls him a... He's like, you're fucking delusional if you think you
Oh,
deserve
yeah.
a rematch. So Cody's like, you're fucking delusional, you're insane. And Solo's like, oh yeah? And then they get in the ring. Kevin Owens comes out with 2 chairs. And Cody's like, oh, it's a good thing you're here. Because I was going to ask you to challenge me. Which I think is so funny. Like,
Oh.
it's two baby faces. Like, it's fine. They're friends. Friendly competition. Which someone commented the other day and said, that can never work. Like, 2 baby faces? Yes, it can.
I get
Two
like there
friends
needs to
facing
be a
off.
baby face, and it's just like it's an exhibition.
Yeah, it's a little exhibition 2K match.
Well, if you
pretty
think
much.
about it, like in the long term, like at first I was kind of like, I don't really want to see this, but then I was like, actually, yeah, I do, because do you know how many matches Kevin Owens had with Roman during his title reign?
Yeah.
He had like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And he got fucked over in every single one of them.
Yeah.
So like, now is like, Cody Rhodes recognizes that, and he's like, I want to give you a fair chance, I guess.
Yeah, at the title.
And Kevin Owens is just like, no.
He's like, no, there's so many
No.
other people back in that locker
He's
room.
like,
that
no,
you
I'm
should
so
be doing."
fucking stupid. Like, you wouldn't even want to have like a title match with me. Like, I'm just so like, I should just fucking like go lock
I
myself
should
in my
just
room.
leave and never wrestle again.
Yeah,
pretty much.
just like I'm so like whoa. It was this very weird like woe is me kind of thing, and
Yeah.
he's really just like convinced that he does not deserve
Yeah.
it. And
So then, after that, so that whole thing is like, you know, Cody's like, okay, think about it, fucking loser. And they go back, and there's a promo later on in the show, or like a segment later on in the show where they're talking to Nick Aldis, and
they're like
Kevin-
arguing.
yeah, Kevin
backstage.
Owens walks up, and he's like, hey, guys, I don't want it, and all this stuff. And Nick Aldis is like, shut the fuck up, you're dumb. If you don't want it, whatever, I was going to give it to Roman anyway. Kevin Owens completely flips, and he's like, what? You're going to give it to Roman?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't think so. There's so many other people
Which
back
also,
there.
I think is a fair thing to do. I mean, although Kevin Owens called them out on their bullshit, he was like, oh, that rematch clause that hasn't been in effect for like 5 years,
Yeah.
now you're going to give it to him?
Right.
But I agree. I don't think Roman needs a championship match right now. Right now, that focus is on Solo.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Jade Cargill beats Alba.
what are we
in, like, a
doing?
squash, kind of.
What are we doing?
They don't know how to book the women's titles. We talked about this on the last episode. It's fucking whack, man. I don't know what's going on.
Why? It was like a 4-minute match.
Yeah, and then after the match, Blair Davenport came out again and attacked Jade.
It looks like, and then Naomi came out, so it looks like they're doing like a 3-on-3 kind of thing. But it's like,
Yeah.
okay, what about the tag belts?
Yeah.
And I don't know, like clearly, like we know Jade and company can beat them.
Yeah.
Like they're just that much better.
Right.
So why are we like beating around the bush? You know,
Just let it happen. Just give the titles back.
give them back, put them where they belong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We don't need it.
I feel like there's not much to be said about that, except they're just kind of getting booked ridiculously.
Yeah.
Alba Fire and Isla Dawn have not done anything in my eyes besides steal a victory.
Yeah.
They have not done anything in my eyes to make me like feel convinced.
Yeah. Again, they had their NXT match, but it was like nothing crazy.
Yeah. I know, it's like they're not even being featured on Raw or SmackDown
Yeah.
in championship match.
Which they should be. If you want us to think that, you know, they're more than just like championship stealers, essentially.
Yeah,
Feature them in good matches, but it hasn't happened.
exactly.
It legitimately has not. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with those titles. They got to figure something out here. Santos Escobar is #1 contender for the U.S. title.
Escobar. Sí.
Idolo. He came out later. Yeah, Santos is the #1 contender. How do you feel?
I like it.
Yeah, I do too.
I think either of them could have been, but I think Santos was in the whole qualifier match, so they kind of have that story. They're connected that way. So
Yep.
I think Santos just makes more sense. I think Santos, again, either of them could be believable as like a contender, but let's give him like a spotlight,
Yeah. Before that, LA Knight had his first promo as the U.S. champion.
It's true.
He's got kind of new music. Good choice, giving him the title. It looks good on him.
I hope they
do
do not fumble the bag.
Yeah, they better not.
Because I don't have a lot to say right now. It's still very early on. But they have a tendency to build up stars, and then when they finally become champion, it's like...
It goes downhill.
It goes downhill.
Yeah.
So I will say, though, it feels great not having Logan Paul as champion. And
Yeah, I
it's just
agree.
like... I think in my head, I was watching the segment, and I was like, wow, now we're, like, going to see him weekly
Yeah.
with a championship, and, like, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, the U.S. title is actually back on SmackDown.
Crazy.
So, that's good stuff. Then for the last segment, Solo Sikoa came out, New Bloodline came out, Tulsa, Oklahoma, acknowledge me, all that bullshit. Roman came out and flattened the Bloodline single-handedly. His entrance with that like newer theme, I know this is the one they used at WrestleMania,
Yeah.
but it goes so hard.
It's very good, the drums.
And then they
at
had the
beginning.
pyro, like he came out and got a whole fucking pyro show. Like, they're still pushing him. It's going to be interesting because they want like Cody to be their top babyface, but it feels like right now Roman is like an anti-hero type thing.
I hate to say it.
Yeah.
This could create a problem, because the smart idea would just be to like, it's so hard because two top baby faces are just two top guys,
Well,
but one of them's a champion and one of them isn't, and in your mind you could be like, I don't know, either throw Roman or Cody on Raw.
I think he is just a babyface in the Bloodline story.
Well, yeah.
He's not really a babyface everywhere else, because I don't think he's going to be anywhere, like, in any other stories right now. I think he's going to focus on the Bloodline. So, when you keep it in that context, it makes sense. But if he starts being, like, a nice person to everyone else on the show, then it doesn't work at all.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying more like, he's gonna like steal a lot of the spotlight. Like,
oh, for sure.
He's like
which we thought was gonna happen.
Yeah,
anyway.
he's like a main event guy, so it's tough because he's a main event guy. Cody's a main event guy. You could put either of them on the other brand, but they're basically gonna overshadow whatever's going on Raw.
Yeah.
So
I feel like for the next few pay-per-views, they're not gonna have the WWE title as the main event, and it's gonna be weird. Because you should have your Undisputed Championship match as, like, the main event. But I feel like they're going to have, like, a Bloodline match as
that's why, like,
the main event for the next few things.
The brand splits always, like, felt weird for me.
Right.
Because, like, I don't know. Like, it's nice to have two world titles so you can kind of, like, give more opportunities. But at the same time, it's like, well, now one's more important than the other. So is it really, like...
Yeah.
Like
like Bash in Berlin, obviously the World Heavyweight's going to be the main event, but Bad Blood, I'm saying, like, Bad Blood is probably going to be a Bloodline, some kind of Bloodline match. Survivor Series War Games is going to be the War Games match, which will feature the Bloodline probably.
Right. Like, they're still running the show.
Yeah.
And so I just don't. I mean, excuse me. That's been like this whole time. the bloodline has not taken a back seat.
Right.
And I think that's what's made Cody's title run kind of feel a little off. And now with Roman back, I'm afraid it's going to take even more of a back seat.
It probably will.
Because
Unfortunately.
people want the bloodline.
Yeah.
That's like the thing.
And people want Roman. Also, I love that Roman has not said a word yet.
Yeah, I was going to say
He has
that.
not spoken, and it so works. And it's crazy because he hasn't talked, but you can tell, like, so much is already being said.
Yeah.
Like, at SummerSlam, he looked at Cody and, like, pointed to the title,
Right.
and then Cody, like, tapped the title. And then here, he just came in, fucking wrecked shop, did his thing. Like, all this story is being told through no speaking. And it's great.
You know, he doesn't need to.
He doesn't need to. We know what he's there for.
Yeah, he can keep showing up and not saying anything, and
Yeah.
but then when he does talk, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Because people love Roman.
Right.
Crazy sentence. People love Roman.
People love Roman. Did we have anything from Rampage? I think it was the...
Rampage. So I watched Rampage and Collision this morning.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll let you take the reins on these two.
yeah, I mean, there were like 5 matches. The only one that really was important at all was like Darby versus Butcher.
Mm-hmm.
And that was good just because that's such a mismatch. They're really just pushing Darby as like... Darby's getting an insane push right
He was on every show this week,
He was on
right?
every show this week. He was on every show last week. No. Yeah. Yeah, he was. And, you know, he beats Butcher, which is crazy because, you know, Butcher's just a big guy. Like, Darby, next to anyone, is just like... He's just a skinny little dude. But he is getting pushed like crazy.
Yeah.
I don't have much else on Rampage. Roosh was like complaining to Don Callis, and Don Callis is like, "You're not doing shit for me. Like, if you want me to like take you more seriously, I want you to like make a statement, take out Preston Vance. And if you don't know who Preston Vance is." You know, they had like a faction, La Faction Ingobernable.
No.
It was just like, it was Roosh, I think Andrade was in it, Dralistico, and then Preston Vance, who used to be 10 from the Dark Order.
Okay.
And so when he joined the other faction, he took off his mask, started wrestling without the mask, and it was kind of like, okay, we're probably going to like start taking it more seriously. And so Don Callis is like, take out one of your old faction mates, and then I'll take you more seriously. And so he does. He beats up Preston Vance in like 5 minutes, which it made me really upset because Preston Vance hasn't been featured in months.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's on TV and he's just getting
Getting
obliterated.
the shit kicked out of
And
him.
it's like, I don't know, Roosh could have made a statement any other way, but you're burying like... Roosh has been around for so long. He's former world champion, Ring of Honor. Like, people know who he is. Preston Vance is like an AEW like homegrown guy,
Yeah.
and for him to just like be buried, like, I don't know. Especially after not being on TV for so long, and it's like, all right, we're bringing you back, and you're gonna lose to Roosh, and it's like, that doesn't really do anything for Preston Vance because he's not being featured in the first place, but it also doesn't do anything for Roosh because Preston Vance isn't being featured.
Right.
So like he poses no threat. The only connection there is they were in a faction together, but the faction's been dead for like 6 months.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, he kills Preston Vance and then moves on. Don Callis is backstage and he's like smiling. And this is part of why I think Don Callis thing just needs to like end. Like, you've seen what Don Callis can do to like certain guys, and I think that's what they were trying to do to Roosh, but like, I don't know.
It doesn't work.
This wasn't the way to do it,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
There was a really funny moment where Saraya is, you know, fighting Nyla, which Nyla, I'm glad she's in matches.
Yeah.
Because we talked about her the other week. And yes, it's on Rampage, but like, you know,
Yeah.
she's in some matches. And
She
that's
lost
good.
this one, though.
She lost. She did, well, so yeah, she's lost every match she's been in. which is a tragedy. But
Yeah.
at least she's on TV and getting some TV time, which I
Right.
hate saying, but...
No, it's
You know?
true. So
But Saraya is fighting Nyla, and what's her name? Harley
Harley Cameron.
Cameron. It's like, do the Rampage! Do the Rampage! And she's like, it's been 2 years! That's not what it's called anymore! It's called the, what is it, the Last Night or some
I
shit?
don't even know.
She's like, that's not what it's called! It's been 2 years! And
Yeah.
Harley Cameron's like, oh, sorry! That shit was
it was
funny.
goofy.
It was a goofy little moment there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rampage, it sucks.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I will always hate it.
Collision though.
Collision. Talk about
Collision.
Collision. Again, I didn't watch Collision. I have to.
Yeah, you should be burned at the stake for that.
Yeah,
probably.
I know. It's my favorite show of the week, and I'm a fool.
Saturday.
Oh, you can't sing that anymore.
Saturday.
It's
Saturday.
What is it? Get ready to boo!
I don't
or
know.
whatever.
I don't listen to it. I skip it.
Get ready to go!
I skip it now.
So sad.
We had Darby Allin teaming up with Hologram.
Ooh.
Yeah, and they who do they go up against? Oh, the Premier Athletes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Premier Athletes. They're also just like a Collision tag team now, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Cool.
Is what it is.
Darby and Hologram versus Premier Athletes. You can probably guess who won. They were an interesting team. I'm not sure why they were put together.
Yeah.
Because again, I thought they were building Darby up in singles matches, and they were also building up Hologram. I guess it's just a way to build both of them up. I don't really understand the booking there, but they looked good together. And I don't really have many thoughts on that.
It was just enjoyable.
Yeah. There was the Texas Bull Rope match
Yeah.
with Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo.
Who won this one?
Thunder Rosa, baby.
Yes! Oh, that makes me happy. Hell yeah.
Thank the wrestling booking gods, because they killed each other. It was insane. They were both bloodied. Thunder Rosa significantly more bloody. Just going through tables. There was one point where Deonna had Thunder Rosa like hanging from the turnbuckle by her neck, and Thunder Rosa was trying to get out of it, so she kind of climbs up closer and uses the force of the bull rope to throw her down on a pile of chairs.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It was what you'd expect from a bull rope match. It was a hardcore match. It's just like a strap match, but
Yeah.
they got the bell instead. Yeah. So it was really good though, and it did what we thought it would do. And Thunder Rosa won, and that's all that matters.
Hell yeah.
And then, there was a segment on Rampage where Willow was like complaining about like Chris Statlander and Stokely, and then Ishii shows up, and he's just like, "I hate Stokely." That's literally it. No fucking context. He's just like,
Okay.
"I hate Stokely," and she goes, "Oh wait, you hate Stokely too? Let's talk." And then they go, and then Chris Statlander comes out on Collision with Stokely. Every night is Saturday night.
That's true. Destroy me.
Yeah. Stokely's, promoting her up. Oh, they're getting interviewed by Lexi Nair, and she's like, "Oh, a mixed tag match has been announced for the not the main event.
Oh my god. The main event would be crazy.
the 0 hour at All In, and it's gonna be Willow Nightingale and her partner Tomohiro Ishii versus Chris Statlander," and he's like, hold on. You're gonna tell me like that short bald guy is gonna wrestle against Chris Statlander with Willow Nightingale? And he's like, we'll get back to you on who her partner is. And Lexi was like, well, if you let me finish, like, her partner is actually you. And his face just is like, God. His face was just fucking dumbstruck.
That's so funny.
And then he like tries saying like, no, I don't want to, but then Statlander takes the mic and she's like, well, let's do it. Yeah. Like Statlander's like, fuck yeah. So that's going to be fun. That'll be a fun little opener
That's
to the
great.
night. Still don't know why Ishii's just there, but you
Yeah.
know what? And then at the same point, Ishii had a match against Swerve.
Oh, what?
They had an open
On Collision?
They had an open challenge eliminator match for Swerve's AEW World Championship.
Okay.
So first off, why are you doing eliminator matches when you got a big ass fucking Wembley match coming up in like 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Second off, why is Tomohiro Ishii answering it when he's got a match coming up? Like, in a like more nonsensical wrestling world than it already is, what if like Ishii won that match? And then what if he went on and won the world championship? Now are you gonna tell me that mixed tag match is still on and he's gonna face Danielson in the main event? Like just, I know like wrestling doesn't make sense and we know what's gonna happen, but just like
You're having matches to make
just
less sense.
just be a little like smarter about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like again, we know obviously that Swerve's gonna win, and we know that it's gonna be Swerve and Danielson. But like,
God damn.
why are we like treating wrestling fans like they're fucking stupid?
Right.
Like, and also again, it's like wrestling fans are smart enough to know that if Ishii won the world championship, he's not gonna be in 2 matches in one night.
Right.
Well, I guess I don't know. They did it
could,
with
but
MJF and Adam Cole, but like that's different because
the story
the
behind
story
that.
and the titles and everything.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, and also Ishii isn't like respectfully a main event player.
Right. Not at all.
So yeah, Swerve wins that match. He promos before it, and he's kind of just like, they're just building Swerve like, I'm on top.
Yeah.
I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win.
I'm gonna win.
I feel like when it's just like one of those promos, we should just say, I'm gonna win.
I'm gonna win.
And then, Shida had a quick match. She is facing Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship on Dynamite.
So she's gonna lose.
Correct.
Why are they
Why
doing
can't they
this?
just have a match with a title not on the line? Sorry, Nestor. Why can't they just have a normal match? What does giving it the TBS Championship on the line, what does that do? What does that do when you know she's going to win?
I don't know.
Create a little bit of like, ooh, what's going to happen?
Like, okay.
That was so loud.
On SmackDown, on SmackDown, they had Jade and Alba, right?
But
and it's not for a title. And yes, they're the tag champs, whatever.
But you didn't expect Jade to win that, I don't
Right,
think.
that's what I'm saying. So, like,
because there's that like precedent set of like, okay, Alba's gonna like pull some sneaky shit.
The result of pinning the champion makes it feel big. So like, if you have it for the title, like they're gonna do on Wednesday,
Shida,
she's not gonna win.
They've never faced each other before.
Right. So you're just saying like, oh, she's not gonna win. So just make it a normal match, and then it's like, oh shit, Hikaru Shida pinned the champion.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
So like, we already know she's gonna win. That's like, you gave us that result.
That's so annoying.
And like, look, we've had championships change hands on, like that, but like
On a whim, yeah.
not when you're promoting the biggest show of the year. That's not how that works. So I don't know why we're doing that. Main event. Special guest ref Christian Cage. Bang Bang Gang versus House of Black. The winner goes to Wembley and faces the Patriarchy.
Was he a fair referee?
He sure wasn't. He was wearing a turtleneck ref shirt though.
That's fire.
Well, he was a fair referee till the end.
Yeah, yeah.
Typical like tag team match fashion, they just they each had a little opportunity to showcase themselves. So it'd be one guy comes in, does a move, the other guy comes in, does a move to that guy, and basically until everyone was down. Also, Brody King fucking was destroying the Bang Bang Gang. There was a spot where he had them all seated against the barricade and just diving crossbody across all three of them.
That's crazy.
That's a big guy.
That's a big man right there.
He could kill me. Not in a good way either. So anyways, they have their spot fest with everybody. Everyone's down. Christian's counting. He's counting like it's definitely a little faster, but it's not like he's trying.
It's like 1, 2, 3.
Buddy was the last one to hit his move. He hit his knee, his Meteora, and then he was kind of holding his knee and kind of like slowly getting up. We're at 9. Buddy's back up to his feet. Christian just spears him and then goes 10.
That
rings
so
the bell.
Funny.
And so, yeah, and that was it. There wasn't anything after that. And what I think's gonna end up happening is, I think because he's probably just gonna be like, he's probably gonna come out on Collision next week and just be like, well, like, neither of them won, so we don't have an opponent at Wembley.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to either be like TK or Chris Daniels, and they're going to be like, hey.
Everyone's in the match.
Everyone's in the match, yeah, which I think should happen because that would be really fun.
Yeah.
A 3-way trios match. So, that was Collision.
Hell yeah.
One thing I wanted to say, too, circling back to Mercedes, that whole feud with Britt Baker. Britt is suspended.
Right.
Which we didn't talk about.
No, she got unsuspended and she talked via satellite.
All right, well, let me get to that.
I'm kidding.
Mercedes came out on Dynamite. She's like, oh, Britt's not here. She got suspended, da-da-da-da-da. Tony Schiavone goes, I actually have word from Tony Khan that she's unsuspended. And then, she goes on the screen and does a little promo, and it's great. But what's the hierarchy here of power?
I don't know.
How come Tony Khan is able to override like the EVP's suspension? Obviously, we know it's like deeper than that, but like in kayfabe, the EVP suspended Britt Baker, and Tony Khan's just able to be like, no, but like he hasn't done that for anything else that the EVPs have done.
None of the big.
But then also Chris Daniels is just like there.
Yeah, Chris Daniels has like the same power as Tony Khan. It seems like. Because he's also come out and been like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, but more than the EVPs, because he can just override them.
So.
But he's an interim EVP or whatever the fuck. So technically he should be at the same level as them, but not really. I don't know. It's fucking weird.
Also, and the Bucks weren't even there. So I guess maybe it has to do with that, but like still. Tony Khan has more power than anyone in the company, as it is.
Yeah.
So.
It's
why
strange.
are we pretending like he doesn't?
Yeah, there's a strange hierarchy there.
We're also getting Acclaimed versus Young Bucks finally on Dynamite.
Yes. So that'll be good.
Why did it take so long? I don't know.
Who knows?
I looked back and it was like June fucking like. It was like June 18th.
That happened?
That match happened where they got the title shot.
Jesus
It's almost
Christ.
been 2 months.
That's insane.
Yeah, so
Very goofy.
I don't know. A lot of things are out of sorts in All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah.
But you know what isn't out of sorts?
This episode.
Sure.
And then yeah. Well, go back. Thank you for joining us. Hey, if you want to give us money, the tip and the link in the description. Keep on liking, subbing, commenting, engaging on everything.
It's true. And hit the notification bell so you never miss another one. He's going back home.
I am.
We're not going to do this.
We're going to be back.
We're going to be back in the car. We almost did it in the car today. Oh, ayo. I mean, we almost did an episode in the car today. Oh, shit.
Beep beep.
Dropkick the Commute, shining bright in the night. Join the conversation.